Hey everyone, it's Kenji. It's like 9:45 p.m. and my kids aren't asleep, and so I'm making a breakfast sandwich. Actually, the real reason I'm making the breakfast sandwich is because I had to leave early today from dinner because I was playing a concert, chamber music, which is like one of the things I enjoy doing. I was playing with the some people from the Puget Sound Symphony Orchestra. We had a concert earlier tonight. So what I was thinking would be fun would be I could play the music from that concert, what we performed tonight, and while that goes on in the background, I will make a breakfast sandwich. And the reason I have to make this breakfast sandwich is because I didn't eat dinner, and so I'm hungry now. So here is our group. We were playing over at a church in Finney Ridge. This is the Brahms G major sextet, opus 36. So this is the second sextet that Brahms wrote, the second of two. It's two violins, two violas, and two cellos. So here we go. Ready? It's a beautiful piece. I love it. We're not great. We're amateurs, so I apologize for any amateur stuff that goes on. So there's this chord change at the beginning here, this one, which is a G major to an E flat major. It's a kind of strange chord change, but it's one that gets used in a lot in like sci-fi pictures, so like, or like comic book movies. Like Michael Giacchino likes to use it a lot. It's in like, I think Star Trek, the theme from the second movie maybe, Anyway, Brahms made that up, I think. It's a really cool one. I've got some half strips of bacon here in this carbon steel pan. I'm just going to slowly render them out. Meanwhile, I'm going to heat up the skillet here and split this English muffin, which is from a bakery called Temple Bakery here in Seattle. It's an amazing bakery, and they make these great English muffins. I'm splitting it the right way, which is like with a butter knife or a dull knife like this. And you kind of pull it apart, and that way it gets nice and craggly. Oh, so this part in the piece coming up. This piece was dedicated to this woman. I can't remember who she was, but someone that I think Brahms was sort of courting, or maybe he was sleeping with something. Oh, I'm putting this lid down on top of here just to kind of keep the bacon flat, and also to contain some of this splatter. But her name was Agatha, so A-G-A-T-H-E, and so the climax of this section coming up, that is what the notes in the climax spell out. So you'll hear like the first violin playing A-G-A, so A-G-A for Aga at the beginning, and then they play an B and an E, and so the B is I think what was the substitution for the D that Brahms was using or something, and then one of them, and then at some point the cello comes in with a D. I don't remember exactly how it works. Well, anyhow, look it up. All right, but here comes that part that we're playing kind of out of tune. All right, so I got my nonstick pan here. Going in with some butter. I'm gonna put my English muffin down. Kind of relatively light right here. All right, here we go. Now we're going back to the repeat of the first section of the first movement. Let's check how our bacon is doing. good. I remember now what it is. So it's A, G, A, and then the German notation for a B natural is an H. And then, so that's so A-G-A-T-H-E is the name, and he spells it A-G-A-D-H-E, where H is the B natural, and then the violin plays the E, and then right as the violin is playing the H, the cello comes in with a D, and that's sort of the climax of the exposition, or of the development. And what I find really cool is that in the recapitulation, so that is like the second time everything gets played, and there's some twists and turns, you know, generally, and then usually the second melody gets played in the main key, in the tonic, you know, of the piece, instead of being transposed to instead of modulating, which is what happens the first time around. But what's cool is that when that secondary melody, you know, the one with the woman's name comes up the second time around, the last time that melody is played, because it isn't transposed, it ends up actually like spelling her name properly again, the A-G-A-D-H-E, as the sort of the last time you hear that expression of that motif, which I think is really cool. Way to go, Brahms. Comes. I like to toast my English muffins in a skillet in butter. When I've got the time, it gives it better flavor, better texture, you know, as opposed to doing it in the toaster oven. Although, to be fair, the majority of the time, I will just do it in the toaster oven. Alright, so this bacon's going to go nice and low, and I'm going to turn it down a little bit so it gets nice and crisp. And, you know, let's listen to the development of this Brahms while I clean up a little and finish cooking that bacon. Love this part. Pizzicato. pizzicato again. Combine some extra sharp with some American, so that you get the melt of the American, but the flavor of the extra sharp. So, yeah, we can let that go overhang. Right. Also going to use some those guys. Viola solo. Alright, so butter in the pan. We're going to go kind of New York deli style, where it's just like very slightly browned, you know, the eggs. Not super brown, but very, very slightly. So not like the French, pale French omelet style. Use that spatulator. And so we're basically just gonna cook the omelet kind of mainly on one side, kind of like that. And I'll take this cheddar slice, stack it in the middle there, and we'll fold it like such. Broiler for a moment while I take the bacon out. And here we go, we're reaching the end of the Brahms. Faster, faster, faster. Whoa. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, have a good night.